Tonight, the newest justice on the Supreme Court is now confirmed. What this means for the highest court and the country. Plus, appealing to the Iron Range. That's what the vice president hoped to do today as he made a campaign stop in Hibbing. And as COVID-19 cases continue to rise in Wisconsin, the state's alternative hospital option is gaining patients.
From CBS3 Duluth, this is the CBS3 News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Kristen Bakke. Thanks for joining us. We'll start things off in Washington, D.C., where Judge Amy Coney Barrett is the newest Associate Justice on the U.S. Supreme Court. She was sworn in tonight after a marathon 30-hour debate on the Senate floor. Deborah Alfarone has the latest from Capitol Hill.
I, Amy Coney Barrett.
Supreme Court Justice Clarence Thomas administered the official constitutional oath to Judge Amy Coney Barrett on the South Lawn of the White House. The several hundred attendees at Monday night's event appear to be socially distanced and wearing masks, in sharp contrast to Barrett's nomination exactly 1 month ago, which has been called a coronavirus super spreader event.
My fellow Americans, even though we judges don't face elections, we still work for you. It is your Constitution that establishes the rule of law and the judicial independence that is so central to it.
Judge Barrett is President Trump's third justice to the Supreme Court. Her swearing in comes just 38 days after the death of liberal Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
The yeas are 52, the nays are 48.
Barrett's confirmation in the Senate was something Democrats, since they are in the minority, had no power to stop. But in the 30 hours of debate that preceded the vote, they tried.
We're talking about the rights and freedoms of the American people, their right to affordable health care, to make private medical decisions with their doctors, to join a union, to vote without impediment, to marry who they love and not be fired because of who they are.
Republicans knew with the confirmation of 48-year-old Justice Barrett, they would lock in a conservative majority on the court for years to come.
This is the most openly pro-life judicial nominee to the Supreme Court in my lifetime.
Tonight's vote was the closest the Supreme Court confirmation has ever been held to a presidential election, which is now 8 days away. It's also the first in modern times with zero support from the minority party. Justice Barrett could be at work in her court chambers as early as Tuesday morning, preparing to hear some pivotal cases in November, including one that pits religious freedom against gay rights and another involving the fate of Obamacare. She'll also be on the bench when the court considers urgent ballot counting cases from North Carolina, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin.
All right, let's check in with Dave for a look at the weather now. Dave? Pretty chilly out there.
Yeah, you know, today started off on a chilly note with a lot of temps down in the teens. Let's take a look at the lows that came in via the National Weather Services network, and it was 17 in Hibbing this morning, only 14 towards Solon Springs. On the warmer side, Watersmeet was at 24 degrees, and Grand Marais, at least right by the lake, was warmer by the lake at 27. Now take about 10 degrees off of that for tomorrow's temperatures for a lot of towns. Iron Range numbers, yeah, they could be in the single digits, and that's because as the clouds depart that we had earlier in the day, cooler conditions are coming aboard. That is before a warm-up tries to waft our way by Wednesday, but Tuesday morning could set some records up north of Duluth, and for the Iron Ranges, there just might be some wind chill factors reading below zero, especially from Aurora to Ely. So our Tuesday day planner says around the Twin Ports will start at 13 and finish at only 30. That's almost 17 degrees cooler than normal. But if we're going to hit 40 by Wednesday, will we get back to normal by Thursday? I'll show you the timeline for a temperature mood swing coming up in a few more minutes.
All right, thanks, Dave. Hibbing took center stage in the 2020 race for the White House today. Vice President Mike Pence held a campaign rally there, his second visit to the Northland this campaign cycle. The Trump campaign has visited northern Minnesota numerous times as they look to win over the state. CBS 3's John Cardinelli was at the VP's rally today and breaks down the campaign promises to voters.
Thank you so much for coming out on this blustery day.
Just 8 days until the presidential election, Vice President Mike Pence stopped at Hibbings Range Regional Airport to make a last-minute push to win over Northland voters.
It's pretty obvious to me. The Iron Range is Trump country.
The vice president addressed the Trump administration's support for the range by saying if reelected, he and President Trump will bring jobs to the region.
From the beginning, President Donald Trump has been fighting to open up the Iron Range. This president went straight to work, not just to protect mining, to protect the way of life that has defined this great part of the country for so many years.
Pence, who is the head of the coronavirus task force, also addressed the virus. His comments come amidst controversy in which 5 of his close aides tested positive for COVID-19 over the weekend.
And we believe that before the end of this year, under Operation Warp Speed, we're going to have the first coronavirus vaccine and tens of millions of doses to distribute to the American people.
With Judge Amy Coney Barrett expected to take her constitutional oath to the U.S. Supreme Court, Pence says if reelected, the administration will continue to appoint conservative judges to the courts.
This president's actually appointed more than 230 conservatives to our federal courts.
These messages, a driving force Monday as the Republican Party looks to turn Minnesota red for the first time in 48 years.
The event today was meant to be socially distanced and capped at 250 people. Our crew estimated there were more people in attendance. We asked the campaign and Hibbing police for an official estimate, but have not heard back. It appeared more than half of the crowd was wearing masks, and the campaign made an announcement at the event asking everyone to wear a mask. Well, the vice president's visit attracted opposition as well. Supporters of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris lined the entrance to the Range Regional Airport in Hibbing starting at 11 this morning. They talked to us about why they were there, some saying Trump and his administration are dividing the country, others saying the president hasn't treated the COVID-19 pandemic with sincerity.
If Donald Trump could convince his group, his base, to wear masks, we may save, they say, anywhere from 80 to 100,000 lives by the end of February.
People also showed support for the 8th District seat race, holding signs for Democrat Quinn Nystrom as she goes head-to-head with current Representative Republican Pete Stauber. Campaigns continue to focus on Midwest swing states. Joe Biden is expected to visit Wisconsin on Friday. His campaign hasn't said exactly where he plans to stop in the state. We'll update you as we learn more. Meanwhile, if you're voting by mail in Wisconsin, your ballot must arrive by Election Day or it won't count. The Supreme Court issued that ruling today. Democrats had argued the state should have more time to count the flood of absentee ballots this election. Many more people are voting by mail than usual due to the pandemic. The U.S. Supreme Court sided with Republicans, saying only ballots that arrive by 8 p.m. on Election Day will be counted. You can still request an absentee ballot if you live in Wisconsin. You do need a witness signature. It's now recommended you hand deliver it to your local clerk or drop box. You can also vote early in person, along with registering to vote at the polls on Election Day. About a month and a half after reporting its first COVID-19 death, 2 more Sawyer County residents have now died from coronavirus. According to officials, both people, a man and a woman, were over 60 years old. Each had underlying but non-life-threatening health conditions before contracting COVID-19. County officials say their deaths were due to virus-associated complications. The county's health department is reminding people it's important we all do our part to protect one another and slow the spread of this virus by social distancing, wearing a mask, and following CDC guidelines. Meanwhile, in just 1 month, Ashland County reported a 350% increase in COVID-19 cases. Bayfield County's cases jumped 150%. That was from September 1st to October 1st. Now they're pleading with people to stop gathering in large groups. Today, Ashland and Bayfield County health experts said they strongly discourage any gatherings of more than 25 people. They say community spread is high in our region. Healthcare in rural parts of northwest Wisconsin is limited, and they're worried hospitals could become overwhelmed. This new guidance lasts through November 9th. As of today, there are 4 patients being treated at the alternate care facility at Wisconsin State Fair Park. One of the first patients at the facility says she moved to get out of a crowded hospital. Mark Stevens has her story.
It works to where I had so I really couldn't breathe.
Amanda Best's Appleton hospital stay helped her breathe again, but she says the hospital was jam-packed.
It is so bad right now in the hospitals, and I could tell. I mean, even with the care, they were trying the best they could.
As one of the youngest patients there, she was asked to move to the COVID hospital at State Fair Park.
There's so many other patients, too, that I needed help, but not as much. I can kind of do some things on my own.
She was nervous to move hospitals. Her oxygen still wasn't stable.
At the hospital, I was getting the care, but they were so busy, I wasn't getting what I needed when I needed it, and I think that was making it worse.
When she learned State Fair Park was empty, she decided to take the ambulance ride and transfer there.
Well, if I'm going to be the only person there, I probably will have more care than I have right now.
She's still on oxygen at the State Fairgrounds, but Best is glad she made the switch.
I honestly feel like I'm at one of the best hospitals in the world. It doesn't even feel like I'm in a makeshift type situation.
The state says the $15 million facility can handle up to 530 people if need be. New at 10 tonight, Rice Lake leaders put an end to plans for a controversial project. The plan called for an asphalt plant to be built on the corner of Martin and Eagle Lake roads in a residential area just north of Duluth. Sinette Blacktop asked the Rice Lake Planning Commission to change an ordinance allowing them to build the hot mix plant. After residents raised concerns about potential health impacts at a public hearing last week, Rice Lake City councilors eliminated that type of land use altogether tonight in a unanimous vote. Still to come on Live Local CBS 3, with cold weather months in our midst, some community members are calling on city leaders to help those without a home.
Speaking of the cold, 10 above is the record low for this date from 1936. Tomorrow morning's low temperature in the Twin Ports could be within a few degrees of that. A cool down is here, but it won't last forever, at least in theory. In practice, we could warm up back towards normal as the week unfolds, and we'll unfold that forecast for you coming up right after the break.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS 3.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Save $200 off a 2-month program and get free shipping. It's our 10th anniversary sale. Save $200 and free shipping at Healthy Systems USA. Order now.
Right now, millions of people and billions of devices are connected to the internet. Homes, businesses, hospitals, schools. The security and reliability of these connections are more important than ever. That's why at MediaCom, we've built a network to protect them. A network that sees threats, fixes problems before they occur, and keeps you going with 99.99% network reliability.
So, you made it all the way up to the North Pole?
Yep, and the South. But I need good Medicare coverage so I can keep exploring.
Well, we have Medicare Advantage plans. Some starting at $0 a month.
Can I find them online?
Yeah, absolutely. Or you can give us a call.
Sounds good.
Well, our stop is just up ahead.
So that was the shortest ride I think I've ever been on.
Yeah, quarantine legs. Gotta work those muscles back up.
Radical liberals are trying to defund and dismantle police departments across America. And the radical liberal candidate for Congress is Quinn Nystrom. Nystrom and her extreme allies will turn their backs on our police and endanger our communities. Pete Stauber kept us safe for 23 years as a police officer. Now he's fighting to ensure law enforcement has the training and tools they need to keep us safe. Pete Stauber for Congress.
I'm Pete Stauber, and I approve this message.
We've been through a lot this year, and it all feels so personal. Your health and your family's well-being, the businesses you built, your kids' education. So many of you have told me that you want us to move forward, get this virus under control, rebuild American manufacturing, support innovation and small businesses, make America work for all of us. I'm Tina Smith, and I approve this message because we get it done when we work together.
For the past 10 years, Healthy Systems USA has been helping people lose weight. Are you ready to be next? Save $200 off a 2-month program and get free shipping. It's our 10th anniversary sale. Save $200 and free shipping at Healthy Systems USA. Order now.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS 3. Now, the CBS 3 Duluth Weather Max forecast with meteorologist Dave Anderson.
Away from the lake, we have winter. There's snow on the ground from Hibbing down to Hermantown. But if you get closer to the lake, it looks like a different season. Here's a picture coming in showing the old junction of the Northern Pacific line with the Sioux back in the day. I mean, that's changed in 1967. But bottom line is, if you're closer to the lake and checking out the rail lines here, you'll see there's no snow. And probably no more snow, frankly, to come for the next week. We're going to be going high and dry while most low-pressure systems stay well to our south. And folks in the south could get some early season snow as well, where they're not as used to it as we are. Temperature-wise, we're starting on a cool note this week, but we could warm back close to normal as the week unfolds, and I'll of course show you that forecast in more detail in just a bit. But right now we've got the current conditions that say it's 20 degrees above zero right now. Yeah, we're getting to the time of year where we have to make that distinction, huh? 62%, that's the relative humidity. Westerly, southwesterly winds going 5 miles per hour, but we're still looking at a gale warning over the lake, so those winds are going to pick up towards 20, 25 miles per hour tomorrow. Air pressure right now with 30.35 inches of mercury at the surface, and that's on the higher side. And up aloft, that'll follow suit up there too, and the sky will clear and allow us to cool down pretty well here tonight. So these mild temperatures we're seeing now comparatively will go away. 24 in Watersmeet, even 14 in Ironwood's not so bad. 17 Hayward, 20 Ashland, a little bit warmer in Superior at 22, and mid-20s towards Moose Lake and Barnum. Anywhere from 19 to 28 degrees on the North Shore at this hour, 17 to 20 roughly for the Mesabi range, and low 20s for the Vermilion, 17 to 21 near border country. But overnight lows tonight will get pretty brisk from the Iron Ranges to borderland, probably single digits, and the rest of us will be around 10 to 12, maybe 13 degrees. So chilly for another night here. Tomorrow's high temps very much like today's, which is cooler than normal as well. But after that, by Wednesday, we will start to warm up at least a touch. And tonight, we're going to clear up a touch. Still seeing a few snow showers fading away here. They could keep going maybe for another hour and a half in some locations, especially on the South Shore. But then higher pressure takes over, chases away the clouds for our Tuesday. Sunny, but not overly warm. And now, 2 low-pressure systems to our south, as I mentioned, will eat up all the moisture from the Gulf. And so places like the mountainous areas of Arizona and New Mexico will get snow, while up here, our little trough of low pressure by midweek, Wednesday, will be starved for moisture. Maybe it'll have enough juice to make some clouds for us, but I don't think this trough will bring any actual snow. And then after that, it gets sunny and dry again, and perhaps even warmer. And we need that because it's a little too early to get this cool. Look at that. Hibbing area could be down around 6. Could be as warm as 20 right by the lake. So everybody else is in between. For Wisconsin and Michigan, we are eyeing up low temps near 10 to 12 above. And for tomorrow, daytime high temps will be in the low 30s with sunshine for Wisconsin and Michigan. That's cooler than normal. The normal's 47. Minnesota will run 29 to 34. So, yeah, that's cooler than normal as well, but the sun will be pleasant. Now, this rest of the week here, for the most part, it will be on the sunnier side. Wednesday may be cloudy, but again, I think the snow will be kept to the south. We'll get towards 40 again by Wednesday. And if the normal's 47, we get fairly close to that by Saturday. That is going to be the nicest day of the week. Halloween starts with sunshine and high temps in the mid-40s before we fall just a little bit as early as Sunday.
All right, thanks, Dave. As temperatures drop, there's a growing push for Duluth city leaders to do more to help the homeless community. CBS 3's Ryan Campo heard from community groups on the 4 things they say the city should do to address this issue.
City Hall became a homeless camp Monday night as advocates voiced their concerns about this growing issue. Sid Peralt with the American Indian Movement of the Twin Ports says the city needs to do more.
We want the council and the mayor to work with us and to give us support in that for the homeless and that. And so, no, we're doing all we can, and we need to work together.
They are calling for the city to commit to 4 steps. Ending evictions of homeless camps, more 24-hour warming centers, increased access to hygiene facilities, and a multi-million-dollar annual investment in supportive and low-income housing. Shelley Bricken with Loaves and Fishes wants to raise awareness before the problem grows even worse.
Instead of trying to push people away, we want to make it more visible and more real that, like, yeah, people are living in tents and want this to be very well known to the city and to the county and to all of Duluth.
As the winter chill sets in, Activists say the city needs to act now, taking steps to help people sleeping outside tonight.
Some actionable steps for folks that are sleeping outside right now, and things that are plans for the future that are going to continue to care for our most vulnerable neighbors.
The groups accepted donations of tents, sleeping bags, coats, and other winter accessories to keep people safe in cold temperatures. We also heard from the City Council president tonight. He said the council recognizes the need to do more to address the need for safe, affordable housing. Just last week, the city announced the warming center at City Center West will be open on any night this winter when it's 32 degrees or below. They also have the Chum Shelter, which is open every night. With snow already falling in the Northland, the Duluth City Council tonight discussed the city's snow removal plan. The city was supposed to roll out new emergency snow routes this year, but those have been delayed until next year due to COVID-related budget constraints. They clarified snow removal timelines: 36 hours after the snow stops for Priority 1 main roads, 48 hours for residential roads, and 56 hours for alleys. There will be online complaint forms this year if your street does not get cleared. The city is also planning to step up enforcement of the sidewalk shoveling ordinance after people were forced to walk in the streets last year.
There's a large portion of our community that depends on that. They depend on getting to bus stops. They depend on walking to school. They depend on being able to safely get to their job, the grocery store.
As a reminder, people have 24 hours after the snow stops falling to clear the sidewalks connected to their properties. The city is planning to hold a press conference to go over snow removal plans for this winter. That's scheduled for Wednesday. Still to come, California gets hit again by wildfires, and hurricane-like winds aren't helping the growing situation.
CBS3 live cams are brought to you by Kohler Chevrolet Buick GMC Cadillac. You're not just getting a car, you're getting Kohler.
First, the radical left came after Republicans like me.
Then the radical left came after police officers like me.
Now, they're coming after you. We live in dangerous times. That's why I'll always defend the police and your Second Amendment right to defend your family. Tina Smith has already voted against both. I'm Jason Lewis, and not only do I approve of this message, I guarantee it.
Not bad. Let's keep practicing.
It's coming. You ready? Because Toro's Snow Days sale is here. With the #1 brand in snowblowers, you will dominate winter. And now during Toro's Snow Days, get up to $100 off select 2-stage snowblowers, up to $40 off select 60-volt battery snowblowers, and up to $50 off select single-stage snowblowers. Plus great financing offers. Win winter with Toro.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
For over 20 years, Scott Dietrichson Construction has taken roofing to a higher level. We offer a huge range of roofing options: asphalt shingles, rubber, and metal roofing. And Scott Dietrichson Construction is a TAMCO Pro certified contractor. TAMCO offers a variety of shingle colors with 30 to 50-year warranties. We're following CDC guidelines and no contact free estimates. Our staff is one that we know and you can trust. By not subcontracting our work, we've built a dependable team that gets the job done. Call Scott Dietrichson, your roofing expert, today.
If I have the honor of being president, I promise you I will lead. My plan lowers healthcare costs, gets us to universal coverage quickly when Americans desperately need it, by making it less expensive for Americans to choose plans with lower deductibles and out-of-pocket expenses, by lowering prescription drug prices, by ending the practice of so-called surprise billings. When I'm president, I will take care of your health care coverage and your family the same way I would my own. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
I'm Quinn Nystrom, and I pay $600 a month for 2 vials of insulin, and that's with insurance. Meanwhile, drug company profits go up and up. It's why I refuse to take their money for my campaign. But Pete Stauber has taken tens of thousands of dollars from corporate interests and voted 5 times against lowering the cost of prescription drugs. I approve this message because I know we literally can't afford Pete Stauber in Congress.
Mode inventory on select London 19 and 20 models available.
You work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on live local CBS3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial.
Season 2 is
The
here,
Kelly
y'all.
Clarkson Show, weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Turning now to weather out west. Hurricane force winds have prompted urgent red flag fire warnings tonight in Southern California, where a new wildfire has forced tens of thousands of people from their homes. This Southern California wildfire exploded. In a matter of minutes, 60,000 residents ordered to get out. The flames being pushed by powerful Santa Ana winds, the strongest all year, with gusts topping 70 miles per hour. Because the wind is so strong, there are no airdrops, so fire crews are on foot trying to stop these flames from spreading. The fires have already jumped 2 major highways, and experts say those high winds are already taking a toll. Tonight, at least 2 first responders have been injured fighting this fire. Coming up in sports, for the love of the game, we're introducing you to a Yellow Jacket hockey player with a knack for capturing moments and an audience. Kelly Hinseth has his story next.
The Kelly Clarkson Show, right here.
Weekdays at 3 on CBS3.
Now at Home Furniture, get 7% tax relief savings on purchases of $499 or more. Plus 0 down, no interest financing until 2022. And free no-contact shipping on orders $499 or more. Tax relief savings going on now at Home Furniture.
In the Army National Guard, family means everything.
Our parents, they were really supportive that all 5 of us would join.
Serving part-time in the Army National Guard instills pride that you and your family will share. Visit NationalGuard.com to learn more about part-time service.
Because of this, we built Ford Super Duty to be the most capable heavy-duty pickup ever. Because of this, we built Ford F-150 with 375 horsepower. Because of this, we built Ford Ranger with a terrain management system. And because Ford trucks are built for this, you made Ford America's best-selling brand. Now lease an F-150 for just $299 a month. That's just $299 a month. Only at your local Northland Ford dealer.
You work hard for your money and deserve to see it go the extra mile. Join us Wednesday mornings and hear from local experts on tips to better manage your finances in Eye on Money on live local CBS3. Brought to you by MPPL Financial.
Farewell scenes are familiar to the 4th Division, but this time their destination is the other side of the Atlantic.
For some, serving means deploying overseas to make the world a safer place. But for many men and women in the National Guard and Reserve, serving happens closer to home.
The vast majority of New Orleans, Louisiana is underwater.
Major eruption occurring at 8:32 approximately this morning on Mount St. Helens.
My soldiers, they have been working nonstop, around the clock.
We're starting to get some reports of fire in Paradise.
No matter if you've deployed overseas or responded to crisis here at home, you've earned the right to mental health support. Whether it's care at the VA or finding a provider in your community, if you need help, VA will be there. Go to BeThereForVeterans.com to learn how VA supports members of the National Guard and Reserve.
With ongoing racial unrest in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and across the nation, we're digging into the role race could play on the 2020 election.
CBS 3's Anthony Mapp hears from Northland black voters about what's driving them to the polls and what it means for our local and national elections.
All of what we're experiencing is only amplifying what's already there.
CBS 3 News presents Race and Campaign 2020, Thursday, October 29th at 6:30 p.m., only on CBS 3.
Now at Home Sleep Express, get 4 years no interest financing on any Tempur-Pedic. Plus, Home will give you a $300 gift card, free delivery, setup, and a 120-day comfort guarantee. 4 years no interest on Tempur-Pedic at Home Sleep Express.
If you're a college hockey enthusiast at any level, you may have stumbled on this guy's videos at one time or another. A University of Wisconsin Superior hockey player has made quite the hobby and grown quite the following on his YouTube channel. CBS 3's Kelly Hinseth introduces you to Lawson McDonald in this week's For the Love of the Game.
On the rink, Lawson McDonald was a pretty sweet addition, transferring from Nebraska Omaha to the University of Wisconsin Superior Yellow Jackets. In addition to his love for hockey, Lawson also loves to make videos.
When did you start editing and how did you get good at it?
I had a GoPro was the first thing I always used.
I would just point and shoot, and then pretty much just like would go home, edit on iMovie.
Hey guys, so we are back from Christmas.
From there, the passion unfolded, and Lawson found that he could combine the love of hockey with his love for making videos.
Hey guys, I'm back, and I'm bringing a great topic to talk about today.
From an informative video talking about the difference between Division I and Division III hockey to what life is like in a college hockey bubble during COVID-19.
I've had a ton of good feedback from from kids out there, from friends. That's definitely the coolest thing, and that's why I'm pretty much doing it. It's for those guys that aren't in college yet.
Now Lawson has a following on YouTube and even TikTok, where he has 109,000 followers and 4.8 million likes.
How do you juggle that as a full-time student, as a full-time college hockey player?
I've definitely had to change the way I've lived in college. I played so much Fortnite and video games, hung out with friends all the time. Pretty much when I'm not doing homework and I'm not with the team, then I just do the video stuff.
Lawson is an exercise science major. He's very passionate about health and fitness and hopes that he can use his talents as a videographer in whichever avenue that life takes him. We'll be right back after the break.
CBS3 closed captioning is brought to you by Essentia Health. Need a flu shot? Find flu booth dates and locations at essentiahealth.org.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, and as you know, my passion is to help each and every one of you get the best sleep of your life. That's why I created my new Giza Dreams bed sheets. The first night you sleep on my sheets, you'll never want to sleep on anything else.
Go to MyPillow.com or call the number on your screen right now to get your very own MyPillow Giza Dream sheets. Use the promo code, and Mike will give you 2 for 1 low price and free shipping.
For the best night's sleep in the whole wide world, visit MyPillow.com. Are you ready?
Right now, you can get $2,000 customer cash on a new 2020 Camry or new 2020 RAV4. Visit Toyota.com to learn more. Toyota, let's go places.
Hello, I'm Steve Little with Bath Planet. For the month of October, we are offering free installation for bathtub, shower, safety tubs, and surrounds. Get your dream bathroom with free installation. As always, you can still get one of our great financing options for low monthly payments, or 0 down, 0 interest, and 0 payments until 2022. This offer ends October 31st, so call us today or go online to book your appointment to take advantage of this amazing offer. Bath Planet, out of this world service, down to earth price.
With ongoing racial unrest in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and across the nation, we're digging into the role race could play on the 2020 election.
CBS3's Anthony Mapp hears from Northland black voters about what's driving them to the polls and what it means for our local and national elections.
All of what we're experiencing is only amplifying what's already there.
CBS3 News presents Race and Campaign 2020, Thursday, October 29th at 6:30 p.m., only on CBS3.
Here's how my plan works. Anyone making less than $400,000 a year won't pay a penny more. But I'm going to ask the very big corporations to pay their fair share. We're going to invest in creating millions of good-paying jobs. We're going to ease the burden of the major costs in your life. Healthcare. We're going to protect Social Security, increase the benefits for millions of seniors. When I announced I was running, I said that's the reason, to rebuild the backbone of this country. Hard-working folks in the middle class. I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
Forget America's Next Top Model. A Midwestern kid is competing for America's Next Top Mullet. Let's hear it for the boys. 12-year-old Noah Smith of Illinois rocks an infamous hairdo that goes by many names, including business in the front, party in the back, or quite simply, the mullet. Noah is proud of his magnificent mane, so proud that he's entered a competition for the best kids mullet in the country. There's even a $500 prize. Noah has made it to the finals and is waiting on the results. Looks like a good haircut to keep your neck warm in the winter, Dave.
Exactly. I'll drink to that. Party in the front and back here.
And if you're a snow fan, we're not going to do much of that partying this week because after last week's snow, it's drying up, even though it's cooling down. Tomorrow morning could be as cool as the single digits, high of only 30, but finally back close to normal by Saturday.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you tomorrow.